Shalom. I would first like to begin the lesson off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachacha Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops at Great Millstone, who told me this truth through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Peace and salutations to the brothers out there pushing this truth, the 100% truth out there on the highways and the byways, the Akim, as well as you few sisters out there listening and learning. Da'akwati, also I say Shalom. It is your brother, Hatazagabar, back with another lesson through the Spirit. Just want to come at y'all with something quick and movable and edifying on this Tuesday afternoon, or this Tuesday evening, excuse me. I first want to start the lesson off by getting 1 Thessalonians, the 5th chapter and the 3rd verse. It says, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that that day should overtake you as a thief. Ye are all the children of light, and the children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of darkness. Therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. For that sleep in the night, and that be drunken are drunken in the night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for an helmet the hope of salvation. For God hath not appointed us to wrath, but to obtain salvation by our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, who died for us, that whether we wake or sleep, we should live together with him. Wherefore, comfort yourselves together and edify one another, even as also ye do." And I got that because as things continue to escalate in this world, as we continue to move more and more towards societal collapse and the downfall of this empire, I'm seeing videos of people losing their marbles, bugging out, crashing out, whatever you want to call it, right? It is a blessing for us to be the children of light and not of darkness, because we could be like those others that are out there, which is the majority, not knowing what's going on right now. They have no clue as to what's going on or what's taking place or what's about to take place. So just always remembering that and reminding yourself that having the truth is a blessing, because these people genuinely don't know what's going on. And that can be very scary. But the scriptures tell us that these things are going to happen and come to pass, man. So, of course, it's no surprise to us at all. And these are things now that are taking place and going on in the world that we have been saying was going to happen for a while now, right? I've been teaching for a little over 2 years now, which is a blessing. The Wadi Al-Bashim Al-Shah. I'm still fairly new to the faith in that regard. I still have known about the truth for roughly 7-8 years now, which is a blessing because a lot of people don't get to learn it or know about it at the young age that I was able to get this truth. It's comforting and it's peaceful to know that you're an Israelite. But even beyond that, have teachers who the Spirit of the Lord is actually dealing with them and guiding them in the right way. I didn't even mean to click on that, Salaki. But I want to get this. What is that at? Second Ezra, the 2nd chapter, 13th verse. It says, "Go and ye shall receive, pray for a few days unto you, that they may be shortened. The kingdom is already prepared for you. Watch." Right? So we understand and we know that the Lord is waiting on us. You know what I'm saying? He's waiting on us, right? You know, the kingdom is, well, our Lord Yahushua is waiting on us, man. He's waiting to be sent back down. He's waiting on that call from Yahweh to go ahead and come down and set stuff off, right? So through that, we just have to continue to have patience, but it's also beautiful. It's also beautiful in a sense to see these prophecies come to pass, man, because these are things that we've been waiting and wishing and hoping for a while now. So it says, take heaven and earth to witness, for I have broken the evil in pieces and created the good, for I live, saith the Lord. Jumping down to verse 20. Lucky. Jumping down to verse 26, it says, as for the servants whom I have given thee, there shall not one of them perish, for I require them from among thy number, which is the elect. Right? Lord willing, we be at that number. Verse 27 of my point, be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, which is going to continue to be heavy days that we come upon, man. And you know, for those who've decided not to listen or hearken unto this word, they're going to be in complete darkness, right? They're going to be completely lost, and they're not going to have any type of navigation system, especially when Jacob's trouble hits, right? It's getting worse and worse in these streets, man. So just know that this is pretty much a snowball. You could liken this unto a snowball going down a mountain and pretty much creating an avalanche, right? All the things that the United States have done, all the things that Esau Edom has done, all the things that the wicked of the earth have done, the Lord is about to judge them as a whole for all their transgressions. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance. The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, saith the Lord. My hand shall cover thee, so that thy children shall not see hell. Be joyful, O thou mother, with thy children, for I will deliver thee, saith the Lord. Right? And why are we going to be cheerful and joyful in that day? Let's go to the book of Romans 13. Can't talk. Romans 13, verse 11, it says, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. Right? We were already awakened out of sleep by the truth being told to us and us taking heed. Others of the elect, whether that's the innumerable multitude or the 144,000, still in that process of waking up. That's a good thing that they are waking up, right? Because the more they wake up, the closer and closer we get to the end. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed, right? That Yahushua is coming back very soon, right? Showing us that the elect is being sealed, the hopeful elect is being sealed, Lord willing, and that these plagues are about to really start getting sent out into the earth, and Jacob's trouble is really going to start to be set off, man. Lord willing this year. It says the night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light, right? Let us walk honestly as in the day, not in riot and in drunkenness, like the damn heathens and the other people, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying. But put ye on the Lord Yahushua Mashiach, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof. It's deep, man. It's beautiful. We can go ahead and get Ephesians 6 and 7. It says, with with doing good. So like it with good will, doing service as to the Lord and not to men, knowing that whatsoever good thing any man doeth, the same shall he receive of the Lord, whether he be bond or free. Right? Pretty much goes into, if you put out wickedness, you're going to get wickedness back. If you put out righteousness, you're going to get righteousness back, right? And ye masters do the same things unto them, forbearing, threatening, knowing that your master also is in heaven. Neither is there respect of persons with him, right? Lord does not respect persons, man. Doesn't show favoritism besides to the group of people that he selected from the earth, of course, right? And of course he has a favorite people. But for anyone to think that they're above the Lord or greater than the Most High Power or His only begotten Son is just stupidity, right? And very quickly the Lord will judge your ass. Just know that. Coming down to my point, verse 10, back my point up, the armor of God says, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all, to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. And take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints, which are the Israelites. And for me, the utterance may be given unto me, that I may open my mouth boldly to make known the mystery of the gospel, for which I am an ambassador in bonds, that therein I may speak boldly as I ought to speak, but that ye also may know my affairs and how I do. Tychicus, a beloved brother and faithful minister in the Lord, shall make known to you all things. All right, so, this is spiritual warfare that we're going through. I just seen a post talking about that on Instagram that I saved earlier today. Well, not earlier today, but the other day, saying, it says, we are witnessing the most intense psychological warfare of all time, right? These things that we've been talking about are becoming more and more evident, right? Which means that the brothers have been doing their jobs and doing what they're supposed to do. Call law Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. But we've been saying that this is spiritual warfare that we're battling, man, right? Spirit versus, the righteous versus the wicked, man. We go through it on a daily basis. Guard yourself. Keep your mind unbreakable. And how do you do that? Putting your faith, your trust, your fear in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And this is a video of someone losing their marbles.
Stressed out! I'm fucking stressed! We should not be working like this. I work my ass off and I can't even fucking pay bills. Oh. And they always say don't compare yourself to others, but I see people going to Coachella and fucking buying all types of shit, just pointless fuck you money, and I'm over here can't even fucking pay my fucking rent, bro.
So once again, going back to Isaiah 4:1, these women are going to have to humble themselves in that day if they want a man of the Lord, man, right? they're gonna have to, or they're gonna continue to work, follow that feminist mindset, and continue to try and work and be like a man. Says, Brother Poster said, young Americans are hitting a breaking point. Rising living costs are pushing many to the edge, and it's starting to take a serious toll on their mental health. An estimated 70% of Gen Z and 53% of millennials are struggling just to pay rent, right? And I fall into that category. Right now I'm not really having to deal with it right now. The Lord have blessed me to Wadi Halbashim Al-Shah, to not necessarily deal with troubles on that end, but, battle different things in my life. So, let me see. Oh yeah, I was gonna show y'all. I didn't ventured off from my original point of discussion. I wanted to show y'all these earthquakes that's been going on, the signs of the times. It says 18 earthquakes recorded off Washington coast Sunday morning, and this is fair use. I'm not making any money off of reading these articles. And I might as well read this whole one. It's pretty short. It's like 18 small to mid-sized earthquakes were recorded off the coast of Washington on Sunday. The earthquakes were recorded over several hours early in the morning, with the largest being roughly 240 miles west of Westport at a magnitude of 4.2 and a depth of 10 kilometers just before 5 a.m. All 18 Sunday morning earthquakes remained in the 2 to 4 magnitude range, which is quite common over the course of a year. Michigan Tech estimated that millions of earthquakes, magnitude 2.5 or less, are recorded annually, and roughly 500,000 earthquakes occur between magnitudes 2.5 and 5.4. A vast majority of the 2.5 or less magnitude earthquakes are not felt, but do show up on a seismograph, while the 2.5 to 5.4 magnitude quakes are often felt and tend to cause minor damage. Earthquakes don't pose threat to PN or its Pacific Northwest onshore region. It says these types of earthquakes don't create a tsunami hazard, he said. They're, first of all, just not big enough. And, as I read, man, when they say peace and safety, utter destruction, right? People looking at this on the surface as it not being a big deal. The Lord just sent 18 earthquakes to one place, right? And they might not have been big or catastrophic, but that magnitude of earthquakes is, not necessarily normal. They say it's quite common over the course of the year, but, I've never heard of anything like that happening. And, the earth, it says the earth will mourn, right? Earth is going to be given in birth pains. So this is just very small to Esau Edom's scale, but wait until we start seeing more and more outlandish things happen. People start to wonder what's going on, and confusion sets in. It says they are also not at the axial seamount volcano, which there was a volcano that erupted last week, which has been predicted by others to be nearing an undersea eruption, though they are farther north along the same ridge. This storm does not pose a hazard to the Pacific Northwest onshore region. Tobin explained that the Juan de Fuca plate is spreading apart from the Pacific plate, which is creating new crust of the earth. Right? I'm about to say it's going to have some type of effect, whether small or large. It says dozens of earthquakes strike Nevada, where the ground is slowly splitting apart. It says more than 100 earthquakes have been detected in a region of Nevada where the earth is slowly splitting apart. Oh, let me get this real quick. It's either Romans 8 and 22 or Matthew 24 and 8. Let's go to Matthew 4 and 8, because it's going to be the same thing. Matthew 24 and 8. But all this is only the first of the birth pains, with more to come, right? And that's talking about the earth giving birth pains. All these events are the beginning of labor pains, Matthew 24 and 8, and the NLT and the CSB. Matthew 24 and 7. I might as well split this. Matthew 24 and 7. And then LT says, nation will go to war against nation and kingdom against kingdom. There will be famines and earthquakes in many parts of the world. But all this is only the first of the birth pains, with more to come. More than 100 earthquakes have been detected in the region of Nevada, where the earth is slowly splitting apart. The seismic activity kicked off with a 5.7 magnitude quake, striking at 6:30 p.m. on Monday, triggering dozens of tremors since. The latest at magnitude 2 says more than 60 said their homes were shaken as the 5.7 magnitude quake hit, and images were shared from a Walmart in Fallon, showing items scattered and broken on the floor. No significant damage or injuries have been reported. It says in this area, the Earth's crust is gradually being stretched and thinned, creating frequent faulting and seismic activity. As the crust pulls apart, fractures known as faults form, and movement along these faults produce earthquakes. Right, so all of these little earthquakes they having, it's clearly, the earth giving in birth pains, right? The earth is mourning, man. And why is the earth mourning? Because you have people who are in the earth that destroy the earth. This will be my last thing I get. And matter of fact, I might as well, 2nd Ezra 9 and 1. But Revelation 11 and 18 says, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come in the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, Lord willing, and to the saints, which destroy the earth. We know what group of people that's talking about. The sons of wickedness, Esau, Edom. The ones who are able to bring forth destruction on the earth and continue to do it. So, with that, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elder bishops at Great Millstone who taught me the truth through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And until next time, I say Shalom, Israel, Shalom. And as always, we're one day close to the kingdom, man. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Shalom, Israel, Shalom.